Season 4 is starting Friday, and we're going to go over the rewards for that, but so much has happened since the last news video about 2 weeks ago that we got to get straight into it. So whatever you got to do, make sure that like button's blue, hit that subscribe button if you're new, and let's get right into the news. So the first one that I think is really important is that 2K recently dropped a patch for Season 4 that is already out. And of course, as you guys know, 2K always drops a patch and says they did things, and then they don't actually explain everything that was changed, so we got to go over that after. But the first one is reduce the effectiveness of cut to basket pass, resolved a rare hang that can occur when attempting an alley-oop, fix another case that allowed uncalled double dribbles, so they finally patched the double dribble glitch, and they addressed a rare hang that could occur in the dunk contest. Now what's funny about that is 2K in Season 3 said they patched the double dribble glitch, and they didn't, so it took an entire other season, and I think now it is actually finally fixed. Now City, Pro-Am, Theater, many improvements to performance and stability. Then they also fixed an issue causing the camera to be briefly blocked during jump ball situations in Rec, which I got, and that was very annoying. So they fixed that, but now we're on to the Easter egg hunt that happens every single time 2K drops a patch. We got to get on the game and see what they really changed, because for some reason they like to give us little Easter eggs. They don't like to tell us everything they changed, which completely defies the reason for a patch notes in the first place. But anyway, besides me making this Magic Johnson video that I recently did, I haven't used that dribble style all year. It's a pride thing to me. I don't want to be like everybody else doing the same left and right Magic Johnson. You know, you can use it if you want. But anyway, the topic was Magic Johnson dribble style is what I'm trying to get to. And Sean RKL posted in the Gatorade facility here, him moving around with Magic Johnson. And as you can see, it's slower. The Magic Johnson dribble style has been patched / slowed down a little bit, you know, whatever you want to say. So Sean RKL, under his tweet, he said this: yeah, agree. Your player just feels like quote unquote heavier, if that makes sense. Takes a little bit to load up. Definitely think it's going to help with the unskilled players who just spam it over and over. So why 2K? Once again, although I think this is actually good and it should have been like this when the game came out, because Magic Johnson is a little bit of OP, but also at the same time, it's not that hard to guard, so I haven't complained about it all year. Why? Like, why would you not just say it in the patch notes? It's so frustrating, and we have more things that they changed as well. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Now this next one says, what if they nerfed it because they're about to drop the Devin Booker dribble style and wanted a bigger gap in the speed boost, so people will spend more money to make a build that gets the dribble style. Now what's crazy is, and we'll see in a minute, the supposed rumored season is the Devin Booker season, and you guys know so far this year 2K does like their little thing where Allen Iverson is the season, so they drop Allen Iverson dribble moves, and the Devin Booker dribble style is literally Magic Johnson dribble style, except better, like a good amount better. So I think that that's actually true. I really think they went in there and nerfed it just so they can drop the Devin Booker style either this season or next season. And someone added me on Twitter and said, looks like the patch messed something else up, where people are loading in with opposite jerseys. They're even loading in with their freaking park uniforms. I don't know what's going on 2K, but every single time, bro, y'all drop a patch, there's issues. We are not the testers of the game, but we are the testers of the game, and that's really annoying. You know what I'm saying? We pay a lot of money. Now Garcelle said, new patch, you can't grade out on the 1v1 anymore, question mark, and this person he was playing had an F teammate grade and was not grading out. So someone said that that happened when Season 3 started, that I did not know about. Maybe you guys did, but apparently that's something new as well, where you cannot grade out in the 1v1 anymore. Now this is the biggest topic that's happened in the 2K community, probably since the Zen topic was going crazy a while ago. And it was from this guy named Villain Troy, who basically screenshotted a picture of him beating a 2K League player in the Rec and said, I need a contract. To this day, I still think I'm better than him. And Jawbridge 4 said, 2K players have better halftime stats than a professional League player in one game of the Rec, and think they are all of a sudden a better player. Now, this got a lot of people talking, and it went in the worst direction I have ever seen. So for a while now, there's been a good amount of people that think 2K League players are not good at the game. They're just cheesers, things like that, which we will talk about in a minute. But I think the worst part about this whole conversation is that it turned into people arguing about whether Joe Knows is better than them. Like, they were saying, okay, Rec players are not as good as 2K League players, and then it turned around to be, well, Joe Knows can beat them, and that is a completely different argument that I have no idea how that ended up that way, because Joe Knows plays competitive Pro-Am versus the best teams in the game almost every single day with a team that is bought in. They are wanting to play that way. They are wanting to win. They are signing up for leagues. They're playing hours and hours a day together. I don't know how it ended up that way, but it was terrible. Anyway, it was all hyped up, and then Joe went to play one of the best 2K League teams right now, and they lost in a series of 3, but they got to the last game and only lost by 3 points. So if anything, I feel like this does prove, if people didn't already know, I already knew this, that Joe Knows was good enough to be in the 2K League. And then it got other people saying, well, Joe Knows he's good enough to be in the league, but his builds in the league, because if you guys didn't know, the league's actually a completely different game. They have their own game, which I've made a video on before, that a lot of people have not been able to get access to, and the builds on there are more restricted. They don't have jump shot boost and Gatorade and things like that, if you guys did not know. And so they were saying his build is usually not in the game, his style wouldn't work due to things like that. So anyway, Laker fan went to Twitter and he said, look, I sound like the biggest fanboy right now, but I really wonder what it'd look like if a 2K League team decided to draft Joe's entire team. Since nobody seems to think they've got league-capable players, it'd be a cakewalk to get all 5 of them. Let them prove it. Now, I would love to see that, actually. I would love to see 2K find some sort of way to pay Joe enough to get in the league, because, you know, he probably makes more on YouTube than he could in the 2K League for sure. But I would love to see that. At the same time, though, people need to understand there's a gigantic difference. And by the way, the screenshot he posted was from 2K23 between playing rec and playing super competitive 5v5 pro-am. Like, I just made a video on this Magic Johnson build, and I've thought of how many ways I was going to say this for days now as the topic came up a few days ago. And I played 5v5 pro-am on this build, won every game. There were some close games, things like that, but that wasn't comp pro-am. People don't understand there is a difference. Now, I don't mean to say, oh, comp as in like they're so much better, but there's these leagues where people play with a set team. They all have a set style. All their builds complement each other. They're playing with each other every night. They're communicating. They're trying to win. They're not watching a stream. They're not loading up into the rec with 2 of their friends. They don't even have a full team or people they got from a looking for group chat. Competitive pro-am, actual leagues like WR, Hall of Fame, things like that are way different. And these 2K League players are actually very good at the game. I had to play them in 2K22, as you guys know, one of the biggest cheesy left-right games. I was a lockdown. I went to 2K League, an actual tournament in Indianapolis, played on stage, and beat actually next year, professional 2K League player for $10,000. I had to guard this guy, and I had to play all the 2K League teams on the 2K League game for many, many weeks. And I can tell you, these guys are very good at the game. They're not just cheesers. And I don't understand where that started, because maybe just the guards, you know, they exploit the meta. They have to do that because that is the meta of the game. But I don't understand how they're all cheesers when there's a lockdown. How's the lockdown cheesing? How is the center cheesing? How is the guy that has to shoot consistently in the corner cheesing and has to figure out if by the time he catches the ball, if he's going to get contested or not, versus some of the best defenses? Like, that really doesn't, you know, correlate to anything of cheesing in my mind. So yes, the guards do have to quote unquote cheese, but there's a skill gap to cheesing. If you go onto 2K22 and you walked into the park and little Timmy was left riding on his playmaking shot creator, he's going to get graded out versus most 2K League players in Pro-Am. You see what I'm saying? He's going to get an F teammate grade and get kicked out of the game. There's so many more aspects to just left riding than left riding. You know what I'm saying? You're playing against some of the best defenses. You're playing pinch defense, triangle, reverse triangle, stack defense. People don't know how to react to that. I bet a lot of people watching this video don't know how to react to defense like that and how to drop off zone and things like that. People complain about zone. Man, go into 5v5 Pro-Am and you'll see the defense is crazy. So all I'm saying is it is a completely different game than 5v5 rec. Okay, I'll go into rec. I'll have a stream on. I got music playing. That's not the same as when you go into Pro-Am. When you go into Pro-Am, you got people that are glued to the screen. They haven't blinked the entire quarter. These guys played the game all day. That's another thing. Time played. These guys played the game a lot. It's a big difference. I'm not saying that no one in the rec can compete with professional 2K League players, but I'll tell you right now, I promise you the average rec player is nowhere near as good as a 2K League professional. One of those most important things is time, of course, but it's just not like, bro, you go into the random rec, I'll dot people wide open. They don't shoot. Imagine having to shoot a boot which is basically having a little bit of space right before you shoot, figuring out if you need to shoot that shot or not. Imagine taking those people that you play with in random rec into 5v5 Pro-Am, okay? So what I said is the average rec player is nowhere near on the level, but of course there is people that could make it to the 2K League. There is people that are very good at the game that do not care about being in the league because they already have good jobs and things like that. There's always a lot of circumstances around that. Yes, the best players in 2K are not necessarily in the 2K League, but a lot of them are, okay? There's an age restriction. You know, you have to be 18 plus to be in the league. There's a lot of people like, I think it was Benzo, if you guys play Pro-Am, that is like a prodigy of the game, and he's not able to be in the league, or wasn't because he's not old enough, but now he is. So, you know, there's a lot of circumstances, but for the most part, a lot of the best players in the game are in 5v5 Pro-Am. And all I say to you guys that are like shaking your head right now, go sign up for the WR or the HOF League, Hall of Fame or WR, whichever one. If you play Pro-Am, you know what I'm talking about, or you know now. Go sign up, and at the end of the day, even if you get blasted, it is a learning experience. You're going to play against some of the best 2K players in the world. League players are in there, people that are trying to be in the 2K League. I mean, there's a whole lot of things, you know what I'm saying? There is very good players, and you will see it is a big difference between playing rec and playing 5v5 Pro-Am. Anyway, Joe Knows during the midst of all this conversation was live on stream, and he got really upset at people saying that his build and his style would not make it in the 2K League because his build's so overpowered. And in the 2K League, if you guys didn't know, they have set builds, so they're a little bit less good. They're not as overpowered on purpose to make the game not as cheesy, I guess you could say. And he was saying, why are people holding me to this standard? Basically because their builds are also usually not able to be used in the 2K League game. They're also more overpowered than they are. So let's roll the clip. It's pretty funny, and I'll be right back.
Like, y'all are talking about the fact that my build is not going to be in league build. Neither is a 6'6" shooting guard with 80 to 90 standing dunk. Neither is a lockdown with 90 perimeter, 99 steal, 85 speed, 95 strength, 90 standing dunk. Like, come on! I'm playing against this lockdown, foaming out the mouth. His pupils are dilated. He's locked in. I gotta be locked in too. Take this dunk meter, boy. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Why the fuck do I have to water my build down when these lockdowns don't? Yo, listen. If I'm running point guard and I stand here for 2 seconds, the motherfucker's right stick ripper in my shit. I'm running like this, trying not to get plugged. But I gotta water my build down? Like, goddamn realistic. What the fuck are we talking about? These motherfuckers, bro, they're making 300-pound lockdown builds like this. Right stick rippering.
As y'all can see, Joe was pretty mad about that, but a lot of people are upset at 2K for the Rise versus Elite standings. If you haven't been keeping up with what I'm talking about, last season, Elite was like, I don't even know, 6-7% ahead of Elite or Rise. And by the way, I'm in Rise, so like I would definitely be the last person to be against this. But Rise just somehow came back at the end of the season, and it was so close, and then they won. Well, that happened again. It actually happened again, right? Look at this, 55.29% and 55.34%, like 2K. Come on, bro. Oh my, it's the end of the season and the standings are so close. Look at it. It's a story. It's something to talk about on 2K TV. Like, bro. Come on, man. You think that Elite was just 5% ahead, and then right before the end of the season, now it's a close neck and neck battle like 2K. I mean, come on, bro. Like, you really gotta generate hype that bad. But anyway, okay, season 4 rewards just came out, and remember, this is going to start on Friday. At level 12, you're gonna get some sort of jacket. At 20, you're gonna get an NBA All-Star jersey. At level 26, you're gonna get an Afro mitt pick, so you're gonna be able to have the Afro hairstyle with a freaking pick inside of it. Then on level 35, you're gonna get another jacket. At level 39, you're going to get a Dune buggy. If you guys don't know what that is, it's It's a little vehicle that like drives on the sand. So, I mean, I guess that's, if you're interested in that, that's what you're interested in. I'm really not. Level 40, of course, you're going to get your gold floor setter. On current gen, you're going to get a dragon mascot, and then it says something about a mask. I'm not really sure, but basically the rewards are not a lot in season 4. Okay, now we're going to see what these Tyrese Halliburton animations are and all that that drop, but we know now that they are not dropping Devin Booker this season, the dribble style. So I don't know why they nerfed Magic Johnson dribble style. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. My guess is they're doing it so that they can drop it in season 5. And then, you know, people aren't like, oh, look, they patched it before the new season came out. They're just doing it now so they can, you know, drop it in season 5 and not as many people will know about it. But anyway, let's get back into the video. Koza went to Twitter and he said, I wish the responsiveness online in 2K24 felt like how it did in the Art of Shooting Arena. The dribbling, movement, reaches, and are all clunky. Not to mention 20% of my total controller inputs don't even register at all in online game modes, even the matchmaking ones. And this is exactly how I feel. If you guys go into the Art of Shooting, the game feels amazing. That's why I said that I think 2K is sitting on a gold mine, and I know I sound like Agent, but the latency, man, shout out to Agent, a legend of the 2K community. If 2K fixed this, I don't know how much money would be. Obviously, they can fix it. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. They could 100% do it. I think they're sitting on a gold mine. Let's say it cost a few million to fix. That is literally going to make itself back because the gameplay itself, the responsiveness is going to feel so much better that much more people are going to play the game much longer on average. I mean, literally on this game, I will be dribbling and I'm sitting there and dribble, or I come down the court, you know, I want to do my one move and then run. I literally flick my stick, bro, and I don't have Alzheimer's. I promise you, bro. I'm, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a fully functioning brain. I know I hit the button, and it doesn't do anything. And I'm just sitting there, looking at my controller, looking back at the screen, looking back at my controller. I'm like, what just happened? What is going on? I just pressed the button, and it did not do anything. There's no other game where that happens. So I would love to see 2K fix that, but chances are small. Anyway, Wadgeplug said it would be cool to see bigger courts in 2K25 for better spacing for rec and pro-am. Now, if you guys didn't know, before 2K24 came out, they made it seem like they were going to make the courts the size they should be, or they were yapping, you know what I'm saying? They were saying this and that, and it's the same size court. Now, a lot of people don't understand that if the courts were actually bigger to fit a real life simulated NBA court, you would not be able to play zone defense as good as, and I'm not one of those people that complains about zone defense, by the way. I know how to beat it. It's not that hard. You know, a good team playing zone is definitely good at what they do, but most people can't do it. But I'm just saying, like, it would be more realistic basketball, and a lot of people want more realistic basketball. If the court size was bigger, you couldn't guard someone in the corner and on the hash at the same time by just having decent defense. You know what I'm saying? So I would like to see that in the future, but I doubt that's going to happen. Anyway, 2K Toots did a test on having muscle milk and with muscle milk plus additional turbo meter. And as you guys can see, it does give you more stamina. So like I've told you since literally the very beginning of the year, make sure if you're not starter 2, which gives you your gym rat stuff so you don't have to do your workouts, to do your workouts every single week or you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. Okay, so there's a lot of weird things going on in the 2K community. They're patching things, they're not telling us stuff like that. But one of the hottest things right now is the Patty Mills jump shot. And the challenge front percent came out to be, shout out 2K Toots, 11.76%, which is a great challenge front percentage. Not as good as T-Mac or things like that, but a lot of people are really liking that Patrick Mills jump shot. So if you guys have not tried it, I think you have to be 6'5" and under. Make sure to go try it out. A lot of people are really hyping it up, and yeah, we'll see. I'm gonna try it on my 6'5" or my 6'2" next time I play on them, my Curry build probably. But anyway, you see right here, challenge front percent. This is the whole big list. T-Mac, like I told you guys, is the best. Jarrett Culver is a budget T-Mac apparently. You can get it on a lower attribute. Scottie Pippen, Terrence Mann, Michael Porter. So basically, any shot that's under like 15%, I definitely recommend you should try out. It's going to get you contested less. 2K doesn't show these stats. And I really think in the future, 2K should show these stats. For some reason, they don't show anything. Like, they don't show you the stats of the badges. So 2K Labs has to do their job for them, which doesn't make any sense to me, right? 2K Labs shows you that this badge from gold to Hall of Fame is this much percent better. Why does 2K not do that? Every other game nowadays does things like that except 2K. 2K, why don't they do that with jump shots? There's clearly more to what's in the jump shot creator, like release height, defensive immunity, things like that, than there is. You know what I'm saying? Like 2K2 posts challenge front percent, side drift ratio. 2K Labs is posting the green window percentage that 2K sets for each release and jump shot. Why do they not tell us this? Why is this something that another company has to figure out? It does not make any sense to me. Like, it has honestly baffled me for many years now, and it just, I think, comes down to if it ain't broke, don't fix it for 2K. Just like fixing the latency and the delay, they're like, oh, why do we need to fix it? Okay, let's look at this. If we spent a few $1 million, we could fix the delay, we could make the responsiveness so much better, but what is the risk that we make our money back on this? And if there's any risk at all, I feel like they're just like, why would we risk that? If it's not almost a guaranteed investment to get a return on, they're like, well, why? Why are you suggesting this? This isn't anything groundbreaking. You know what I'm saying? We're going to sell copies. People are going to buy VC. They're going to buy multiple different builds and a bunch of different packs and things like that. Why are you suggesting, Billy Bob, that we actually do something that the community would like? Why don't we just do 1 upgrade, 2 upgrades to the game, maybe 3, you know, a few different ones to get people to buy the game, like crossplay and pro play and things like that, and then just make another adjustment, make something better next year that's going to be another selling point. Like 2K right now, I'm almost guaranteeing they could make a much better game. I'm not saying the game's terrible, by the way. I can enjoy it from time to time. Like I've told you guys, I do enjoy it. I will get burnt out though a lot, so I have to take breaks and play other games and do things in real life. But I can play the game. Unlike some other 2Ks, I can literally play this game. But what I'm saying is, like, this game could be much better. It's just that 2K is a year-to-year game, and they're lazy and don't want to invest. They could put better things into the game, but it's just like their mindset, in my opinion, I'm not, you know, in their room, is, hey, why don't we just do that next year? We already have this, you know, pro play and the, you know, we just add the rookie to legend back. It's not really rookie to legend, but they're not going to know that until they buy the game. And hey, there's new affiliations and the city's a little bit different. So why would we add this when we could wait till next year? 2K26, we could add that. How about 2K27? You know, they need to have a selling point for every year. And also those things, a lot of people aren't necessarily big into 2K to really even grasp or understand how big, you know, fixing the responsiveness is. If you tell a guy, you know, that doesn't really watch YouTube videos or play 2K competitively at all, like, or anything like that, they're just, you know, hopping in the rec, or they play player control or play now online, something like that. A lot of these guys, they don't understand how big of a change that would make the game. So imagine if 2K came out with 2K25 and one of their selling points was, we made the responsiveness much better, that people, they literally wouldn't even, they'd be like, okay, why does that matter? So it's really like, you know, 2K doesn't want to do it, but also at the same time, I think they don't want to do it as well, because a lot of people don't just really understand and grasp how big of a change that could be for the game. So anyway, guys, yeah, it was a very long video, okay? I hope you enjoyed, man. Drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and check this video out right here, where I took my 7'4" Victor Wembanyama into the stage to run up BC. He's literally a BC glitch. Click it, tap it, whatever you got to do. It's your boy Batch Plug. You've been plugged in, and I'm out. Oh, click it, bro. What are you doing? Tap it. I'm about to leave, so you might as well click it. All right, and I'm out.